You see, my gorgeous Torini, you are going to be facing a rather important victory when it comes to you, in particular when it comes to the actual 25th of July 2020. 25th of July, it's going to be a very special day and very special date for you for many different reasons, indeed, but in particular, it's to do with something rather personal, and it's to do with your own victory. This is going to be an important moment in time because on one hand, you know, this is going to be like a huge, massive, enormous confirmation that you're going to have. But then on another hand, this is going to provide you with the actual whole new perspective at the same time, like quite instantly indeed. It's all about a victorious moment in time, which is going to unfold in the whole new perspective, but most certainly it is the idea that you are going to have, but also the idea that you are going to implement within the next 3 weeks after that moment in time. So the 25th of July, it's going to be an important moment in time when it comes to your big change, when it comes to something, you know, that you have been waiting for, something that you have been planning, something that you have been rather patient about as well. But as I say, this is like really personal to you so much, my Lord. It's to do with your security, it's to do with your power. But above that, you know, from the spiritual point of view, this is going to be like really enlightening moment in time, which is going to reflect on you beautifully physically when it comes to your health, you know, when it comes to the actual healing, you know, process. But then on another hand, it's to do with your enlightenment, so it's to do with your spirituality as well. A big moment indeed. Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Torini, Taurus, and it's for July 2020. So it's for you, my beautiful Taurus, Torini, and it's for July 2020. And of course your number, it's number 5. Okay, when I say your number, I'm referring to the actual numerology, of course. So it's the number numerology, which is covering the whole month. When it comes to you, it's number 5, which means that, oh my Lord, you are going to have an important process that is going to take place. But this process is so important and rather significant when it comes to your spiritual development, but also this process, it's going to happen in such a wonderful way where you are most certainly going to have an important realization, and that realization is also going to be connected to the news that you're going to hear. And the news that you're going to hear within the first week in July, it's going to be referring to your material gain, but also most certainly it's to do with the actual, it's to do with the good news, in particular when it comes to gain, in particular when it comes to the actual advancement. You know, it's something that you expected, but also it's going to surprise you because it's going to show the different elements that you can go forward, you know, that can help you in so many different ways in order to do what you want to do. But at the same time, you're going to find out different elements about yourself which are going to become rather interesting indeed, because it's to do with the process and the progress that you're going to have. But most certainly it's to do with the process, the beginning, the idea that you will start, that it's going to take place, and it's going to be very successful indeed. On another hand, this is going to be the great month when it comes to one particular negotiation. I see an important negotiation which is going to take place, and this is also to do with number 5 in numerology. It means an important negotiation, it's going to take place, and that negotiation also at the same time means that any negotiations you want to do or any process you want to start that's to do with like some kind of negotiation or conversation, you know, this is going to be an absolutely ideal month to do it, because the energy is going to be just right, it's going to be absolutely perfect, and also very significant when it comes to your own process, because you are going to find yourself on a rather advanced level by the end of the month. To sum it all up, by the end of the month you will will most certainly gonna have an absolutely mind-blowing confirmation. But also on another hand, it's the perspective and the idea that I was talking about that is just also going to see you through, because there is going to be the part of the unfinished process that you started some time ago that is just going to turn out to be quite beneficial for you at this moment in time, which you're just going to realize that your patience, my gorgeous Taurini, it's about to pay off. It's to do with you finding yourself on an advanced level, and it's to do with the certain desires. You're going to be able to go for the certain desire. You're going to be able to find yourself on the other side of the wall, on the other side of the bridge, on the other side of this beautiful spiritual dimension. And that means that you are going to find yourself on a certain crossroads at the same time. These crossroads are very important because it's all basically going to have the certain elements about you that are so important to you on one hand, but then on another hand there are going to be quite a couple of new elements that you will want to kind of find out about. And this is nothing unusual. This is absolutely perfect, and it's happening at an amazing time of your own spiritual growth, where you are most certainly going to find yourself being a rather energetic, and you're going to find yourself being rather rejuvenated at the same time, and that is going to reflect on you so nicely. It's almost going to be the months of activity, excitement, and also you will want to explore things. This is an absolutely important month when it comes to your spiritual growth, because you're going to learn something very important about yourself. You're going to realize something very important about yourself as well, that it's going to be needed from you to take on the whole next level. It's like a little bit of a little flower, in order to have an amazing flower, the flower needs the water, so this is all about the spirituality, and it's all about rewarding yourself, but it's all about realizing these directions that are going to become absolutely super important and rather significant when it comes to you, my gorgeous Taurini. On another hand, you will see, an important result is almost going to be due. An important result of an effort that you have been putting in for quite a while, something that you wanted to happen, something that you were expecting, and that is going to be absolutely remarkable moment in time. It's going to put a massive smile on your face, but then again, it's to do with the promotion. On another hand, it's to do with recognition of abilities, an important recognition of your abilities. It's going to take place, my gorgeous Taurinis. It's important for you to realize what this is. It's who you are. It's an important part of your spirituality, an important part of your growth, an important part of your karma, but most certainly it's to do with a very quick and fast process that it's also going to be connected to it. So this is very important. It's to do with an ability, but also the magical moment in time that you are going to have, that this ability is going to be connected to some kind of new start, new beginning, but also it's going to have this the gift of something really fast. It's going to have the gift of speeding things up. So this is where things are going to become rather interesting indeed. On another hand, my gorgeous Taurinis, I'm so happy because you were worrying about something. You were so uncertain, and certain things just didn't make sense to you around you, and that in itself just made a situation rather cloudy around you, which on another hand kind of affected you when it comes to planning, when it comes to your future planning and things like that, which is nothing unusual. Things are happening around the world that we can't do much about, but people and we all get kind of affected by these particular energies indeed. So this is nothing unusual to feel like this. But on another hand, you are going to hear about success, when it comes to in particular your security, your material attainment. As I said, stage. You're going to find yourself on an advanced level. And I like this so much because it's going to reflect on your health, on your well-being, but on another hand, it's going to reflect on your abundance. Very, very good indeed when it comes to good health, when it comes to healing of like a long ailments that you were affected by, but most certainly the difficulty that you had, it's going to slowly starting to come to an end through your own stability. It's very important that July is going to give you and bring you an important answer, but this in particular is to do with you, what you wanted to do, what you wanted to achieve, and it's to do with your wish. You need to take one step at a time, of course, but it's important to follow the signs and pay attention to all sorts of synchronicities that are happening around us at the same time indeed. Okay, on another hand, when it comes to your health, I'm going to say this, I know I've said it millions of times, but it's just so important for you to keep on taking organic acerola cherry powder. It's natural form of vitamin C, not fake, not synthetic, blah, blah, blah. It's a natural form of vitamin C, organic acerola cherry powder, and it's absolutely remarkable when it comes to boosting your vitamin C level. So this is something that you should take in the morning, 1 liter glass, okay, 1 liter glass of water, and mix it up with a little teaspoon in the morning and in the evening every single day. Twice it would be ideal, but then again, if you can't take twice, then at least once in the morning on an empty stomach would be ideal. This is going to boost your immune system by increasing your vitamin C levels, but also on another hand, natural dose of vitamin D I would need you to take, and also natural zinc. These are important ingredients to boost your immune system, but also when it comes to your sensitive bones, this is going to help you a lot, quite a lot actually. So it's to boost your immune system when it comes to your health, but also when it comes to cold and flu and things like that, but also on another hand, when it comes to your bones, they will be a little bit sensitive. So I would also highly suggest you, like what I said, vitamin D to boost your immune system and for the bones, but also at the same time boron. It's called a natural supplement called boron, which is B-O-R, boron, which is not moron, boron, which is a natural supplement that I would like you to take, and it's really important when it comes to your bones. Very, very good indeed, but also on another hand, it's fantastic when it comes to the actual concentration levels as well. So from the boron, you will benefit quite a lot. And on another hand, what else I was going to say to you, because you're going to be very spiritual, because you're going to be expanding yourself in all sorts of directions, and you're going to be doing all sorts of things, like you will be wanting to explore things, and it's going to rejuvenate you really beautifully. I can feel it, and it's a very important indeed. So that's why organic chlorella, it's a natural supplement that you also should take, which is going to boost your immune system. It's going to increase your energy levels. It's going to be very good for rejuvenation in many different ways, but most importantly, it's to do with your pineal gland, which is like basically it's your third psychic eye. Pineal gland is one of the most sensitive parts of our body, and it's like right there behind, at the bottom. And basically it's very important because it helps you with your connection, it helps you with your spirituality. This is the main part of our body which helps us to see things through, which help us to connect to all sorts of dimensions and things like that. And there are certain things, unfortunately, in this world that are going on, that are happening, that can affect our pineal gland, like a fluoride in the water that they put in, sadly, and like a fluoride that they put like in the toothpaste and in a mouthwash. So now I would like to ask you to get organic chlorella, and organic chlorella is going to feed your pineal gland beautifully, very essential indeed. And boron is also going to be quite helpful for your pineal gland at the same time. And this is something that I would really highly suggest you to get organic chlorella and boron. They're both going to do the same thing. They're going to be fantastic to feed your pineal gland and unblock it as well at the same time. And this is going to help you with your spirituality in so many different ways, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. Okay. And now, what else I was going to say, basically, yes, and try to avoid toothpaste with fluoride and mouthwash with fluoride. I know some people maybe are not aware of the fact that fluoride is not really good for you, because people are confusing a natural fluoride with a fake fluoride, and they're putting fake fluoride in the toothpaste and in the mouthwash. So try to get toothpaste and mouthwash without fluoride, and this is going to help you quite a lot. My favorite would be like a toothpaste with a aloe vera and tea tree, and the mouthwash as well aloe vera with tea tree without mouthwash. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, just check with your doctor or just check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Taurinis, or not. One thing that I was going to recommend you would be, of course, like a dry sage. If you did not get this, please, my gorgeous Taurinis, do it, get it, and try to smudge your home once a month or couple of times a month. It's going to help you a lot to get rid of the negative energy, and it's going to activate so much around you. At the same time, this is going to help you to get rid of the negative energy within yourself as well. It's going to cleanse you, but it's also wonderfully going to cleanse your home as well. If you would like to look at the size of this, if you would like to get like this dry sage, you can get it from my store. The link is in the description below. And by buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. If you got one for yourself, you can always get one for your friend or somebody important in your life. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Taurini, your first date that I would like to build you about. You see, I can't talk, I'm too fast to myself. Now basically, my gorgeous Taurini, it's the 5th of July. It's a very important day indeed, and this is because you will become aware of like, ooh la la, you will start feeling on the 3rd and the 4th of July, you're already gonna start feeling this force, you're already gonna start feeling this vavumish energy indeed, and you're gonna like it. And this is gonna be a little preparation for you, that a new little door are gonna start being opening for you, going to start to open for you, and you're going to be able to feel this. Okay, by the time you get to the 5th of July, 5th, my gorgeous Taurinis, you see this number 5, what I said to you before in numerology? Now we are again having this important 5. It's doubling up, so you need to make sure and pay attention. Then from the 5th of July until the end of that month, you need to pay attention to all sorts of synchronicity, the repeating numbers shall be revealing a lot to you throughout the month. But the 5th of July is going to bring you an invitation, an opportunity, an important opportunity you're going to become aware of. And this is to do with some kind of arrival. It's to do with your own approach, but most certainly it's to do with your advancement. It's important to say that it's going to be connected to some kind of request, but at the same time it's going to be rather challenging situation, and it's to do with the proposal and proposition as well at the same time. This is all going to make sense, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. All I need to say to you, you need to be sharp, and you are going to be sharp. So you need to be quick, and you need to respond as quick as you possibly can. You're going to be absolutely fine. Don't you worry, my babies. This is all boiling down to the new beginning and enthusiasm and basically also unlimited possibilities after that moment in time. It's to do with the beginning, my gorgeous Taurinis, and the creativity that you're going to feel. I'm so happy for you. It is going to be a little connection with the 15th of July at the same time as well. You will see. It's to do with that, but I'm still on the 5th of July. So it's to do with the start of something absolutely valavumish here. Indeed, a beginning of a meaningful experience, which is also going to become like an adventure. And I like it because it's going to help you to improve yourself. It's going to help you to really be really happy, and also socially, this is going to be an important moment in time socially. You're going to feel proud of yourself, but also people in your life are going to start feeling proud, or they are going to start they will feel proud of yourself, about you as well. The second important date is the 19th of July, my gorgeous Taurinis, and this is just to do with like, oh my god, with an annoying stage, like a slow growth, and the slow process in your life that made you feel in a certain way and just put you in a certain corner perhaps, and now it's gonna, that moment will be on the 19th of July. It's gonna be like, ooh la la, it's gonna be like very highly vibrational, which means it's gonna require from you to kind of pay attention to it. And this is when you pay attention to your synchronicities at the same time, you know, but you basically, what it is, the 19th of July, it's going to be the pure direction and reflection of the time that was confusing, that was put on hold a little bit. So there is going to be a personal growth that is going to happen out of it. And this is through your own hard work. And this is an amazing moment in time when it comes to your own progress. And I'm so happy because that in itself will be quite important time when it comes to your money, financial situation, you know, your security, your power, but also it's going to require a little bit of reorganizations at the same time. It's boiling down to the one thing: results of an effort are nearly due, and this will be good, this will be important, and also acquired powerful successful dealing you're also going to have, which on another hand means that if you need to have like some kind of negotiations, like ooh la la, the 19th and 20th and 21st of July would be also quite good for some kind of beginning of negotiations at the same time. The 19th of July is going to be quite good because it's all about the actual transition, my gorgeous Taurinis. This is when you're going to start feel it, you know, fully, like when it comes to the actual change, when it comes to the actual reversal of things that were really making you feel really bored and uncertain, and you will know exactly that you will need to abandon the certain part of your life, but it's to do with a little sacrifice that you're going to need to make. It's to do with the readjustment, which is going to lead towards regeneration and rebirth at the same time. And another thing, my gorgeous Taurini, is resolution of a problem you're going to have. You know, this is going to boil down to an important conclusion. This is immediately going to bring you solace. It's immediately going to bring you healing because it's to do with a satisfactory result. And this is going to be important because it's going to, you know, it's going to be beneficial for your own fulfillment, but it's to do with an important compromise at the same time. You know, this is when some kind of important inspiration is going to come through, but there are other people that are going to be around it. There are other people that are going to be quite beneficial to you when it comes to you feeling inspired by the right people and right situations in your life. Okay, another thing I was going to suggest to you, my gorgeous Taurini, would be a malachite. Look at this gorgeous malachite, beautiful pendant. It's just something that it's also going to help you with your personal progress, because spiritually and physically you will have an important progress here. So which means that, you know, your spirituality is going to reflect on your physicality. So spiritually you're going to start feeling very strong, very powerful, and that is going to reflect on you in every way, and it's going to start a healing process at the same time. So it's a lot about the spiritual growth that you're going to have, and understanding that you will have along the way. You know, there are a couple of things that are going to happen that are going to confuse you, you know, in July and August, and that's why the malachite, green malachite, is absolutely wonderful, because it helps you to understand things around you, because it helps you to connect on a very deep and spiritual level. This beautiful malachite comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Taurinis, you're also supporting my channel as well. The third important date is going to be on the 30th of July, 30. Okay, now this is an important judgment that you're going to need to make at the same time. This is the time that you need to remember, need to forgive and forget, you know, because on one hand, something from the past, someone is going to wind you up from the past, and it's important for you, for your progress, to forgive and forget. But then on another hand, there is also going to be someone who is maybe like going to act in a certain way, and you're not going to understand why. Somebody in your life, somebody really important, so maybe something is just going to be like very personal to them, and they're just going to come out in a slightly wrong light to you. So it's important just to go over, it's nothing personal really, just to prepare you. But then on another hand, this is just the 30th of July. It's going to bring you an important improvement when it comes to your development, promotion, and absolutely mind-blowing outcome of the past effort, which is most certainly going to also become an important moment in time when it comes to your rebirth as well. You will know, just keep on being very responsible and creative, because you are going to have a little bit of a challenging situation, and it's just so, I don't know how to stress this out, because this challenging situation is just going to challenge you in a naughty way, in a naughty way, but then you just need to remember, you need to be responsibility. Keep on being creative, but you need to be responsible. You need to be responsible with it as well. Look at this, my babies. It's all about the new beginning, you know. The things that have been really gray are going to start having a nice little colorful color here as well. So that is going to be connected to the deep concentration and application. You see, the 30th of July, it's just going to be something on your mind. It's to do with the new beginning, but it's connected to you connecting to that on a deeper level when it comes to the deeper concentration, application, and study, you know. It's important to say it's reflection. This is to do with your reflection, and it's to do with the respect for knowledge, you know, and desire to learn new ideas. You just need to go for it. And at the moment in time when you hear like an important news, okay, from someone who is very significant to your life, this is when you're gonna know that very soon the learning process is about to manifest, or start to manifest around you, for you. Okay, so now my go to Taurinis, basically the very first part of July, the first week, you just basically, it's going to be the moment, beautiful moment as well, an important moment, because it's going to go, we are going back now at the moment in time when you avoided a certain responsibility, and that avoidance of the certain responsibility, we all do this. It all depends why, when, and how, and it doesn't have to be that it's your fault necessarily. You know what I mean? Maybe you just avoided a certain responsibility because you knew it wasn't the right time to deal with it. So now that created a certain burden. So now that responsibility that you avoided in the past, the first week of July, it's actually going to help you out to kind of like deal with it. And this is going to be brilliant, because it's to do with, like, I suppose, lost opportunity that is going to have a rather nice flip-flop moment, and it's going to become the time of making quite powerful, strong, solid decision, because most certainly this is going to lead towards your own prosperity, you know, spiritual and materialistic as well at the same time. You know, it's to do with the time when you had the delays and lack of motivation. Now this is going to bring you the whole new inspiration and potential. By the time we get to the second part of July, my gorgeous Taurinis, it's all about a vision that you're going to have, like, ooh la la, you're gonna have it be in your little psychic moment. Indeed, your third psychic eye is gonna be like, hello my darling. Really like open wide, and that in itself is going to help it to connect in a different way to yourself, and it's going to provide you with a vision, what exactly you need to do, which way exactly you need to go in order to get this practicality and security and secure something very important to your life, you know, solidness. On another hand, someone very important, it's about to enter your life mid-July as well. An important person is about to enter your life mid-July. Indeed, and that in itself, it's also mid-July going to be quite powerful when it comes to the actual victory and mental clarity over the chaos and confusion that you felt over the last few months. Indeed, and the satisfaction that followed after that, it's going to bring you quite a beautiful moment in time when it comes to the actual wish finally starting to unfold itself. By the time we get to the last part of July, you will just really be focusing on that very sacred part of yourself that you need to take on the next level. What I said before is to do with your skill, it's to do with who you are, and this is a very important when it comes to your own essence, with deep within, because every single one of us has got something really special about us, and this is something that you will need to take on the next level. And now you will be able to do this because you will have a control over situation, and also somebody who was maybe scrutinizing you, and somebody who was very negative to you, the person with a very negative energy, it's also kind of going to try to like maybe act in a certain way that you're not going to like it. But then again, this is going to be amazing, because almost instantly this is going to be beneficial for you, because it's going to help you to change your mind, because you're going to almost think differently. Sorry about this. You see, this is important to really. It's going to help you to change your mind, and I knew that this is going to happen, and think differently. But most certainly it is just going to be quite beneficial for you, because you're going to be able to express yourself, you know, in such a powerful way. that you're going to start thinking in a different way. I'm sorry about this. Oh dear, dear, dear. Oh dear. Yeah, this is going to be beneficial for you, the scrutinizing person, and sorry about this, scrutinizing situation. Every time when the light goes off, it means I'm saying something like super important and super significant, you know, like everything is, of course, but this is something that's going to be like, ooh la la, quite shaky, but in the best possible way. So the scrutinizing person is just going to be very beneficial for you, because it's going to help you to change your mind, and that is going to create a turning point, because it's going to make you to react in a certain way, and the way you're going to react is going to be slightly different. And this is when the most amazing thing is going to happen. This is going to bring you a turning point, and you're going to realize absolutely something really important is going to take place when it comes to the actual new opportunity as well, that you will be able instantly to connect to, because it's going to be quite a victorious moment in time. Just one more thing, at the end of July you will hear an important moment when it comes to the actual justice. An important moment of justice is going to happen, and it's going to come at the end of July, my gorgeous Taurini, indeed. So now I'm going to shake this tarot card. I'm going to shake them. I'm going to shuffle these tarot cards, my gorgeous Taurinis. I can't speak anymore. But basically, it's important because those of you that are in relationship, you know, this is a good moment in time, because it boils down to the fact that you were Page of Cups, of course. That you see the Page of Cups. It's just to do with the feelings, emotions, people getting together after worrying. I think this week, this month will be very important for the couples to come closer, come together after the long stage and a long period of worrying. So there was something in particular that was bringing you down, both as a couple, and that is slowly going to start making sense, and there's going to be an amazing light at the end of the tunnel that you're both going to have as a couple, indeed. And it's to do with an important beginning that is going to bring enthusiasm to both of you, for the couples, new initiative, unlimited possibilities, but also it's just like a really beautiful optimism, because something really negative is slowly going to come to an end, and you're both going to be like, yay, amazing. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to see what's going to happen with those of you, my gorgeous Taurinis, that are actually single and ready to mingy. You see, my gorgeous Taurinis, you know, the things are going to start happening, and the things are going to happen in a slightly different way, you know. There are going to be the situation mid-month, in mid-July, that are going to be absolutely super important when it comes to someone quite special walking into your life. But it's going to happen one step at a time, and you're going to have your eye on someone, and you're going to be thinking like, ooh la la, hello my darling, and then it's just going to be the right person for you as well at the same time. But then, because you're going to be dealing with certain things, and you're going to be kind of like a really working on a progress when it comes to the actual certain vision that you're going to have, you're kind of going to feel this and see this in a slightly different light. But it's an important moment to say that mid-July is about to bring you someone very significant, someone very different. As I said, it's going to happen. This person is going to start walking into your life really slowly, and first of all, you're going to see them, they're going to see you, you're both going to feel like a vavoom-ish indeed. But it's just all about the fact that these are just the beginnings, you know. This is only the beginning, and it's also going to be somebody very interesting, and somebody who's going to have who's going to be like a little bit different, but they're going to be like so different, you know, but then so the same like you when it comes to certain bits and pieces about your life, in particular when it comes to things that you're into. So someone is going to most certainly going to come through and come forward. You see this Four of Cups, you see it's going to happen at around the time when you're wondering about something, when you're doubting something, and this is the person that is first going to make you think, man, no, it's not the right one. It's just going to really make you something. It's going to, you see, look at this, of course, that there is a devil, you see, at the same time. And you know what the devil means as well here? That you are going to, at the same time, going to need to learn and let go, because someone who is not, this is not the person I'm talking about, but as someone who is not meant to be in your life. This is for the single Taurus. It's someone who is not meant to be in your life. It's going to maybe start bouncing back, like an ex-lover or somebody who used to be with, and it's just going to kind of try to take that energy and maybe mess mix up this actual balance. And so this is very important to remember, that at the same time there is a little devilish person that it's not necessarily evil or horrible, but it's just really not meant to be in your life anymore. So at the same time, you're going to need to learn how to let go of someone else, but most importantly, there is someone quite special who is about to walk into your life, you know, and it's going to take you a little, it's the process. You see, Page of Wands, yeah, indeed, it's the process, it's the progress that it's going to take, but most certainly one step at a time. Very interesting person, very powerful and very significant in many different ways, very ambitious and very spiritual at the same time. Ooh la la, my gorgeous Taurinis, this is going to be very, very interesting, because it's all going to happen when you least expect it indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Taurinis, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, peace, healing and light. Okay, my gorgeous Taurinis, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.